Alright, that should do it. Alright, so if you came for the greatest attorney, I'm just going straight into it now, because of course I am. Alright, so something I wanted to do, since I stopped in the middle of this, I'm gonna go back to the first and read it all from the beginning so I can get acclimated back with the story. Oh, okay. That's not it. Okay. So... Yeah. Yeah, seems like everything's okay. Alright. So, I'm just gonna get my headspace back into this attorney. So, these guys were talking about how they witnessed the murder with their own hands. Pipo was the driver, and these two were customers that were on top of it. No, it's not. No, it's all right. Like I said, I'm still trying to get a feel for these things. Like I said, it's not even been a month, and I'm here just like trying to figure out how I want to do things. So it's not a problem about which games my audience wants. It's about what. Oh wow, sorry. If you hear my voice in echo, I'm sorry about that. It's not about what my audience wants. I mean, I would want to play games that more people would like to see, but I did hear a very good advice when I started streaming, and it's, stream for yourself, because at the end of the day, who is the one who's like has to sit to every stream? You. So it's like I stream for myself. It's like I kind of want to do a little more Animal Crossing, but it's like the call for Ace Attorney pulled me a little too much. I just want to take it a little bit easier, because the stream I did 2 days ago was 4 hours and it was intense. I want to be a little more. So, okay. After that vomit of words I just did, let's do another vomit of words and go back to this testimony. So people, let me see if I remember how I voiced these characters. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sitting next to each other inside the bus. Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. That's right, he stabbed him. He screamed. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it. As soon as I heard her scream, I stopped my boss, and then I saw it too. Okay. Please tell me this will not cost me a game over. What exactly did you see? Oh, well, sir, that would be the passenger, sir. Just collapsed on the floor, he was. Nothing unique about these characters. Okay, continue. And by the passenger, obviously, you are referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brick breaker. And the other passengers had the knife in his hand like this. By the other passenger, obviously, you are referring to the accused, Mr. Magnus McGilded. And then he plunged out like this, stabbing the other passengers in the belly. What? Okay. So this case is going. Oh no. Like, is this like, please tell me this is scripted and I'm supposed to be like on the teeter-totter of losing, like every Ace Attorney game. Yes, Chiru number 5, I take it that you too? As a master of London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's garages is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. But I've heard enough now. The horse has bolted, as they say. No, please go down. Get up now, Simon, please. Let's finish. The finish is in sight. And I'm Bone. Pipo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says. Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir. Ah, this is too unkind, sir. Which now means that 5 years agree on the to condemn this man. And thus, 5-1. How am I even? Madam Juror number 6.
Yes, dear? What can I do for you?
You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand.
Oh yes, I certainly have. I still got my hearing, you know?
Oh, such a sweet old lady. Then pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning? Oh please, old lady, please, I'll buy you a cupcake.
Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I've always go to the park at around this time of the day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting.
Oh, give her all the knittings. We need her to stay there till we can convince the other guys.
There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGilded Park is called.
Huh?
The gentleman donated it to the city, you know. I put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. I can't imagine just a fine young gentleman would have in him to take another man's life.
I mean, he has always doing wonderful things for the city.
That's right, a man like that would have stabbed someone, surely. Mother, may we go to the McGilded Park later and borrow some books?
How many Londoners live with their head in the clouds? Do you people not know what kind of a man Magnus McGilded really is? Huh. I mean, I don't know. I mean, in the last episode, like, we just barely started knowing who McGilded is. So, what kind of man is he? The philanthropist Magnus McGilded has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. So why hasn't he? But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls. What?
Stone the crows!
McGilded lends money at extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak.
I've never heard any mention of that before.
Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? That is actually interesting. Why doesn't he has his own carriage? And this is what I think. Before they say it, because it's probably gonna say it. He likes public transportation. It's like, I have money to buy a car. I don't have a car. Probably should. It would make my life a little bit easier. But then there's, you know, added expenses and all that stuff. Huh? What possible reasoning could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service? You're not saying that the victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilded. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed was the final repayment date for his debts. And what evidence do you have, Van Six? Good gracious! The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owed taken from him, his life. But the merciless philanthropist pretender, Magnus McGilded. Please, Naruhodo, there are so many points to cut here. 1. Why would he kill a person who he could probably squeeze a little money off if you are really telling this grand story? 2nd, where the hell's the evidence that he even lent money to Mason? I don't believe it.
Hold it!
Yes! Susato with a safe! Okay, here comes my female voice.
If I might add something briefly,
Miss Susato?
You claim that the victim has been lent money by McGilded. But where's the evidence to support your claim?
Yes! That's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Who told you to bring beverages into the courtroom? Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hollow chalice in a court of law. Yeah, at least share, you know. Oh, there it is. Lorvan 6 hollow chalice. How can this be considered acceptable? Believe me, in a game series where someone somehow has a bartender giving him coffee every so often, and another one that can bring a whip and can whip the defense on a constant basis without repercussion, a chalice of wine is nothing. But I find myself... But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. Yeah, totally. Grape juice. I had heard ladies from the 40s could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself.
Huh. As judicial assistant to the defense, I'm simply doing my job.
What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all the monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside.
Oh.
Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. This is what happens when I am absolutely not prepared for this case. I wish I had known this before. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. A marvelous toast, Counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence. So the debtor's ledger, a catalog of people who had borrowed money from the defendant at a high rate of interest. It includes the victims who own 20 guineas. How much is a guinea though? It just, I don't know. I guess is it a made up thing or is it actually something that's supposed to be from London at the time? There's a lot of things I probably should look up, but I'm not for the sake of the game. Oh yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a Yeah, it does. It does. You know, it does cripple me a bit not being a Brit because if I had somebody from over there helping me out, they will tell me, yeah, this actually this is a thing, or this is actually just made up by the game. But anyway, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum. And the accused may quite certainly hear ample recompense.
Well, it seems I've had the world pull over my eyes.
Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused.
And he's such a pretty little boy, too. What a scoundrel.
Oh no!
Still, maybe it's all for the best.
Wait a minute! Let's think about this a little more before...
I don't stand for nonsense.
No, this is not a not standard game over. I do not believe this is a game over. You cannot tell me this is a game over. That was it. The last year's decision. Well, we still have the judge, though, do we? Susato, please give me the safe. Come on, I believe in you.
According to this encyclopedia of British law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty...
Oh, come on. No, I don't want to die. I still have so much to live for.
Court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here.
The final verdict? It's over then.
Oh, yes. There's a footnote, though.
A footnote?
However, the defense...
All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision.
I do have to wonder, why did Van 6 decide to come out of quote-unquote retirement to do this case? That was something that was also explained last episode.
According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial
And I press the wrong button again, sorry.
by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections.
Ah, come on.
Do I have an objection? Mr. Sato, just tell me one thing.
Huh? Yes?
You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your Encyclopedia British Law? However, the defense...
What did you say next? Oh, yes, of course. One moment.
No time!
When all members of the jury have concluded the defendant is guilty... We already heard this. Court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence.
Then the footnote?
However, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point.
A what? Summation? Examination. Okay.
Objection!
A summation examination? From which century was that tomb you have there been resurrected?
Huh?
Judging from the binding, I would say the book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text of British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten, and certainly no longer practiced.
Ha! I think I gotcha.
So you're out of luck.
But hasn't been outlawed. Because if it's still in the law, then I can still use it. Oh.
What even is it, Mr. Sato? The so-called summation examination.
One moment. I'll read about it.
You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. Typical Nipponese.
I can wring your neck. Alright, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury
To do what exactly?
to appeal to them to change the linen and reverse the decisions. And it says here that if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed.
Alright, to make them reserve their decisions. Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the juror's decision. But that procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really, so it rather fell out of use.
I wonder why. Curiouser and curiouser.
Because it was to void a purpose.
Huh?
Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several.
Yeah, and we have all 6 jury members. We have to get at least 4.
No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age.
Still, like, what do we do? Do we try or do we not try? It's like, might as well. Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked.
Exactly. What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that, although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. Isn't it? And if it hasn't been used for about 50 years, it means you have never been exposed to it. Meaning, I just found an advantage. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Okay. Summation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert to carry it out or admit defeat?
Come on, man. What is there to lose? If we do it and we can't do anything, we lose. If we don't do it, we lose. It's like
There's no way other way to go but up. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
Sure, object all you want. It's not happening. London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
I hope we still have hope. But if it's alright, it's alright. I believe we could prove vital in this trial. The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination. Alright. Alright. This reminds me, I just say, of the first time I played the S Attorney games, and over we were on the thread of losing. And it's like, you know that you're about to lose, but something happens. A new piece of evidence, a new look on the evidence, something, and then, bam! We crack the case open. Or in the edge. That's right, teetering on the edge, and then we like, somehow we win. Okay. This is madness. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Huh? I'm not. Nobody here has done a summation examination ever before. There was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so... All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached the decision. On what grounds? You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Well, Allard, you're rather putting us on the spot. Ha ha. So I do wonder, why was it... If this is how the summation examination works, why was it taken out of favor? Because if you cannot prove why you think this happens, you're just like going like, what do you think? And yes, I know juries sometimes go by that, you know. I've never been a juror before. But, you know, explain why, you know. This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before. I don't really hold with all this justifying, Lark. Yeah, justifying this, logic that, you know, that must be very stupid of you. And you? Since to turn the jurors off, it seems none of them have experienced this before. Alright then. Summation examination. The defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted in years, is it? Well, just maybe, it might be the opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around. So be it then. Ladies and gentlemen, you read the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant Magnus guilty of this most serious crime. And now we do the judicial findings. What do you think? Why do you think it's guilty? There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory since 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. Okay. He stuck the shop next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. I've simply typed and collated all the statements made so far and drawn the logical conclusion. Something tells me she's gonna be the toughest one to crack. Maybe the other guy, number 3, is gonna be tough, because he definitely has an agenda against McGilded. But she's also gonna be tough. You can trust the guild. Fares in our order. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. Like a scandal stabbing the poor man on the floor. It beggars belief. On the floor. Alright. We can get her first. We can talk to her first. Starting to wish I hadn't pushed this now. Some of the hearers don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments though, do they? Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get the 6 people to change their minds. I have to throw everything I can at them. Use some very persuasive language. Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. Okay. According to my book, that's not quite how it works. Okay, keep that book, but we need to get an updated version so we can get get the newer laws, okay? So we're gonna do that after we get out of this court. Huh? I, I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then... they reach the conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. Then what on earth am I supposed to do? Oh dear, I'm just citing what I read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Right, sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then? Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your argument. Use the words against them. This is really interesting. What do you mean? Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. Hopefully. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way you break them down, you mean? And that's the way you break them down, you mean? Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, then we can construct the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. I see. So it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination. Oh, yes, I suppose you're right. Okay, breathe. Breathe. Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. Alright, I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. I have to pull this off. Again, I said this in the first chapter, but it's kind of a shame that when he does that, there's no like a red tint going in his shakes, because it would have been kind of funny. Can we start procedures, Counsel? Counsel? I would ask you to take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal. Yes, my lord. So now I'm in the stand. No, I'm in front of the stand. Okay. Alright. So the defense is rebuttal. Alright. I'm gonna save now, because who knows what the heck's gonna happen. I've never done this and it's kind of scary. Okay. So, no one else in the garage. That has not been reported by anybody. Trust the driver, he has an excellent memory. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 20 pence. That means it's 5 pence-ish. 5. There's something wrong between you and the other, and you're number 5. But we're gonna see later. Stock drive writing just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. And then type and collated everything. And then trust the guild. Fair fares is a motto. About 4 pence per years. So it's 4 pence. Meaning that the fare should have been 16 pence. Methinks our driver is pocketing 4 pence for the ride. He's pocketing one extra pence per ride. Huh, I wonder why. Do we trust the guild though? Now, we know this is wrong. We know that the man was not stabbed on the floor, but there's nobody. Can we pit this against number 3? Because he says he actually pointed at if it's sideways, as a sideways stab. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna pit you against you, because you say 20 pence, which is 5 pence per head, and you say 4 pence, which would be 16 pence total. Something's not right here. Those two statements clearly contradict each other. They do? Explain yourself, Counsel. Me? Oh dear, what have I said? I searched several places made the name. I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. Alright. According to the group testimony we heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night of question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beeple, he took 20 pence in fares.
Quite right. I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me.
Thank you. And your number 5 was told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence. Rather, it is a fair and convenient single price. Just the way London's carriage should be operated. Do you not see what's going on here? But that doesn't add up at all. Do you not notice it? In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man, why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each? If you do the math, it would be 16 pence. Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence in fact. Or precisely, 1 person's fare. Oh! So it's not like he's pocketing the thing. It's that there's 1 extra person. Is that what you're trying to say? Ah, this is getting good. This is getting good. 1 person's fare? Yes. In other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Woo! Good gracious! Oh! This can't be right. The coachman had to kill a good, honest man. One and all, trustworthiness is our watchword.
The figures your coachman claims me certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy.
I beg your pardon? I got the fatigue amongst each other. This is gonna be good. Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus? Alright then. How did it make this so this miserable trial doesn't end, huh? Please, my dear Susato?
Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire into the innocent side of the set of scales.
Simple! Let's just launch a ball of fire! Oh my gosh, and you know what? That is not even the strangest thing we've seen in the Ace Attorney universe. Now hold your horses there, coachman. We were all in agreement. Are you? Wait until I get my hands on you people. +1. Oh, this is all very irritating. He wanted to get out of here very quickly, didn't you?
Begging your pardon, sir. I'm gonna do the same.
Ah, it feels I can breathe again. For the love of Mike, not you as well.
A penny can be a difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my accepted standards in financial matters.
Oh, really?
I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again.
Okay. We can breathe. We can breathe.
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. You did it.
We can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, though.
We can force the trial to continue.
Yes, 2 more. And actually, there is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions.
And that's where you must strike next.
Okay, so I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertions. I love this part. I actually love this part. I enjoy it. I am smiling so much. This is so good. Oh my gosh. Ah. Well, the scales of justice have been shifted, but they still weigh heavily on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination. Gladly. I should like to hear what the sleep-shut bookkeeper had to say for himself. She still thinks that he's a shady individual, but at least he's like, at least I gotta hear what he has to say. So we know what you're gonna say. But this trial has to continue so I can get to the bottom of this corruption. Okay, not guilty, he says. Alright, I'm sorry, Grandma. But it's you and the very shady looking knife wielding dude.
Objection!
Those two statements now are completely contradictory. What? Explain, counsel, post haste.
Oh, dearie me. I was only needing a jumper for my other half.
What's this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? I swear... This guy... Okay. We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3.
What? Can't you see him? Face it here.
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Wanna test me, do you?
It was like this. Stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. Just like the prim banker said.
Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony, quite true. Now then, juror number 6.
Huh? Is that me? Is that... What can I do for you, young man?
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam?
Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. The cashman said so.
Now don't move! Take a look at these two jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions. What?
I've blessed my stitches. What a model.
What this tells us is that there is a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Yes! But why? Why the dickens would a lie? I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience?
Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I cannot bite people telling lies.
Oh, Grandma, you're coming to the rescue!
The skills.
I don't believe it. Take your victory, Inosuke, because it's not gonna last. Wait! Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warned you. You cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. It's clear some devious sister sorcerer using magic on us all. Shut up! Oh my gosh! Oh, we're gonna see this a bit, and I it's like, okay, it's part of the era. Yes, I know. There was some level of xenophobia, I guess, but it's like still a bit of a jikes moment. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this? Answer me, please, Dark Jinx. Huh? Me? What exactly is the problem? What if the witnesses have slightly different recollections of events? What of it? Let's say the Sherlock did stab the victim as he had sat next to him in the omnibus, and this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor, and then the Sherlock stabbed him again. That's not what the witnesses said. And they still laid this on to it. In fact, there is evidence. I can probably produce evidence to show that there couldn't have been a second stabbing. Well, why does it say it didn't happen like that? Are you calling a dandy, sir? Why I should take this knife to you?
Who are you calling old? Why? I should take this needle to you.
You go, Grandma. They're ready to kill each other now. I mean, I guess if it works, it works. But could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? You know, I'm gonna check the evidence, and I'm gonna say actually this. Nope. Nope. Says it right there. A single stat wound. There would have been a second stat wound if there had been if it's how the juror number 1 says it. Defenders leather gloves on the bus. I do wonder. Okay. This is completely separate from the case. Okay. I've played Apollo Justice, and in Apollo Justice, in the last case of Apollo Justice, there was this trial case for a juror system. Yes. I do wonder, like, this is completely separate from the case. Is this the intention, like, the greatest attorney, how the gameplay goes? Was this the intention of, this is how the trial case goes, and this is what I want to do for the future games? Because honestly, this juror system is fantastic. I love it, and I kind of want to see more games with this. And this is just the first case that I've seen with this. Probably, I'm gonna hate the juror system by the time I finish both games in this collection. But yeah, we know why. We know why this is entirely 100% out of the question now. Anyway, unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it you try to choose? Come on, up with it. What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. Yes, everybody. What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I said the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me some proof. Looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish. I got excellent evidence. What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that the two witnesses saw different moments of the same crime as proven by some water. Okay, needed that water. It's simple. The autopsy report shows everything we need to do.
Take that!
Now, this is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once. Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means that these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen 2 different times! Where did your knife go? I'm scared. Alright, I concede defeat. Wait, that means you did it. That means it. 4 years are now leaning to not guilty. You did it. We've done it, Mr. Naruto. We've won. Okay. We haven't won the case yet, but yes, let's do this. Keep doing this. What are you playing to at your dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a liar when I see one. I need the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop. I'll take this razor sharp blade and have shape every last hair of its head. Please tell me he's a barber. Please tell me he's not a barber, because I do not want to trust a guy like him to be my barber. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense's submission examination was flipped. Let's flip the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue. So, does it have to be like a consensus of not guilty for me to get a not guilty? Interesting. Oh, I didn't read the last part. Okay, hereby as the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places, and as I call upon all you to continue to pursue the truth. Okay. Okay. Can we actually go on to the witness testimony? So, Lord Van Six, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. You thought you had it done. You thought you were going to do Avant Karma and say 15 minutes. Well, guess what? 15 minutes did not save you $15. 15, whatever. I got the quote wrong. Of course I did. Oh, he angry. He very angry. He very angry. Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hollow chalice, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Six. Is it Cooley here or is it just me? Yeah, I think he's got his eyes trained on you. As your antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during the summation examination. So I honor the deathly silence and listen to the charade. Yeah, a charade that pretty much is pretty much crippling your case. I'm glad that the summation examination doesn't allow the prosecution to talk because, man, that would have been annoying. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Wow! Well, no matter. There is nothing so hard to prove as self-evident truth it would seem. No. And what else have we graced the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Oh, okay. Bring forth the witness once more. Okay, we know this is serious now. He took off his cape. It's serious, everybody. Raise the alarms. Run for the hills. This is serious now. I am exceedingly interested. I'm sorry. Who the hell are you? Oh, don't. Oh, do not worry. The first ever comment I've got on this channel was a bot. So yeah. No, thank you. If I get famous, it'll be organically, even if it takes me years. Okay? I don't care. I don't care for bots. Witnesses. I trust you heard the summation examination you just had to endure. Yes, sir. That I did, sir. Of course, I heard it. No, not Nightbot. No, I'm not talking to about Nightbot. Nightbot it's not a problem now. I hope Nightbot is no longer a problem. I'm talking about those bots that said you want to become famous. Yeah. Of course, I heard it. Yes, sir, I heard it. I am exceedingly curious about First. I mean, obviously, the name makes it seem like something's going on with First. And the thing is, let me just say this. We've already seen 2 cases of what First may be. 2 cases in the SR20 series, so... I wonder. You, sir, on the end, the coachman? I believe it's people? Yes, sir, my lord, sir. If it transpires that in your previous testimony, you were attempting to veil the presence of a 5th passenger in your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury. You have advised to bear that in mind, sir. Oh, Dio mio. Oh, mio. What the heck is he saying? Oh, mio Dio. Now then, witnesses, I hereby call upon you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination. So now they have to explain themselves. Okay, they have to explain themselves. Why do those things not correlate?
I only carried 4 passengers that night. I swear it. But,
Yes? Well, I for once was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering, like, how does this guy from London know Spanish? I mean, Spain is not that far away from London, but it's like, huh. Alright, first.
If it wasn't the fare he did, and when I saw that Berkeley inside as well, it's all too much.
I'm almost certain all of them are hiding the presence of a fifth passenger. I tell you, I saw McGilden stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands.
Oh yes, he stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes.
Now, why would they hide the presence of a fifth person? That's the question.
Counsel, make sense of this for me, please.
The phantom piece... The phantom fifth passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cosenage. However you pronounce that word, sorry.
Huh?
People, explain yourself!
Oh, terribly sorry, Guildmaster.
The guild's fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand that you've been overcharging your passengers by a penny a fare?
It's so cold, and the last run of the day is always half empty.
You have been dishonest, coachman. So it's either perjury for saying for hiding the fact that there's a fifth person, or dishonesty and potentially getting fired for overcharging customers.
I'm sorry.
You're a disgrace, people! A disgrace! And your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild. If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last... What? Which bus?
What?
4 passengers at 5 pence each is... Yes, 20 pence. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently. No, that figures.
Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination if you please.
We've already had the pleasure of projected submission examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Absolutely, if you want to call them that. Alright. Various okay. I'm just gonna keep pressing until I find something because... Okay. There has to be some evidence to say there was a fifth passenger. I'm almost certain I know where the fifth passenger is, but I need to figure out how do we ring out the idea that there is a fifth passenger. I know my attorney, so... So, there were only 4 passengers you carried, but you didn't charge them the standard 4 pence fare. Is that right? What's going on with you? He is being very... Let me see real quick. I can always go back.
This isn't possible to make less than a day pay.
He is very dirty.
I was so cold, all I could do was stop myself passing out.
I'm getting chilblains just listening to do.
Oh, it was terrible, so I wanted to get myself a pat on the back for keeping the bus running.
Yes, so is he going to be like that all this time?
Doesn't
Doesn't a dedicated coachman deserve an extra penny per passenger?
You're digging a deeper hole for yourself here.
If only there had been a fifth passenger on the omnibus that night. Then we would have had another suspect.
Anything to say, Dracula?
No, it seems like it's always gonna be like that. Okay.
Hold it!
Does that mean everyone on board that day paid 5 pence instead of 4?
Well, I paid 5 pence too, sir. I just told you that I did. A flat fare of 5 pence across the board.
It's not something to be proud of.
The so-called discrepancy of my learned friend identified was nothing of the sort. Much like the phantom killer you so desperately needed, it's gone, dead and buried.
I'd have been happy if I'd ever existed in the first place.
Okay. He is very jittery. First, what's going on with you?
Okay. So what are you talking about in this object?
Hold it!
Okay. Okay. This blood-curdling sight. You mean the murder, I presume?
Yes, sir. A loathsome sight. A loathsome sight. No one who had to witness the horror of the eyes of a man at the moment his life is taken.
Well, not exactly, sir.
Not exactly.
I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the Yet was stabbed.
Good gracious! Really? We have another witness who did, however. The banker has already testified to it.
But Mr. First didn't actually see the point at which the victim was killed.
That may turn out to be very significant.
Sorry. I held the banker next to me make a sharp intake of breath, see? That's when I looked through the glass. That's when I saw the horrible blade poking out of his belly, all covered in blood. Every time I see a knife now I can't help screaming, even when I'm eating.
Are you telling me you already played this place? Don't tell me any spoilers, just tell me. If you already played this, it's like oh. Oh, now he's jittery. What the hell? Oh, that's okay. I actually don't want any spoilers, but you know, at least you know if you know how this is gonna go. Yeah, just enjoy the ride, then it's all fine.
Hold it!
So if you saw the defendant, Mr. McGilded, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him?
That's what I say, isn't it?
He was bothering me before, this was. For just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question.
Anyway, there was only the two of them inside the carriage. There's been much talk of a fifth passenger, but as yet, zero evidence. Well, what do you wait this time for? It's black and white. The man's guilty.
Apparently, this is the one I need to focus on. Something about Mr. Faithful's testimony just jars with me. I wish I could work out what it was.
Okay. Let's go back. Okay. Okay. Let me do an addendum to the rule. If I am hopelessly lost, and I specifically say, give me a clue, then I will accept the clue. Until then, let me figure this out on my own. And thank you for respecting my rule. Thank you. Okay. You saw McGilded stab the man. Now I'm assuming that he was sitting here from the top. Because if he was sitting in front here, there was no way he was going to see it, so he should have been sitting from here. And let's see. So he could only see the people on this side. I'm not getting inside here. So they couldn't see if there was anybody here. Huh. Oh my god. I know that this is the one. But there has to be something. There has to be something. No, no, no! Okay. That's what I said. Do I pursue though? He is being exceedingly well. He's not jittery now. He's just staying like that, and he's just. I'm gonna try this. See what happens.
Excuse me.
Mr. First. How can I help you, sir? Last statement, did it trouble you in some way? Not particularly, sir, no. If anything, he's troubling me with that hat of his. Has he creased his head? Yes, sir, I hope that's not as to trouble you, sir. I'm still just an apprentice, you see. Mr. Naruhodo, even the witnesses can see what's going through your mind. You really must be more careful. I wish it were that simple. Okay, so can I pursue without... I guess I can pursue without, like, having, like, a punishment. Can I examine this? Yeah, I haven't examined this piece of evidence. This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets in London's gentry. Oh dear, do you really think we ought to look inside? Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, apart from a great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder. I assure you we will not find Mr. Shalom's name inside. We will find Mr. Shalom's name inside, won't we? Well, we see what we find. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Goodness! What is it? Look at this. Did you see the name here? Bruce Fairplay. What? Wait a minute. Should that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. Bruce Fairplay, the witnesses we find this very moment. Oh yes, of course, the banker. Why is his name in here? He bought a 20 guineas again? And look, the repayment date is fast approaching. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course. But this could be very useful information. Oh! I am so glad that I looked into this. But what does this mean? Like, can I use this now? Or do I have to wait for the later? Like, we know that Fairplay landed, like, borrowed money from McGilded. So... I don't think this is the evidence I need, though. Or is it? I'm still going back to the omnibus, because it feels like there's not like a clear view of what you should see from the top. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this, and if it's wrong, I can save scum. Because, of course, that's Ace Attorney tradition already.
Objection!
Oh, of course I was wrong. Okay, that reveals damning inconsistency, the last statement. Damning, you say? As I look at you, Cancel, I see your trembling hand, your pallid expression, and your perspiring brow. It seems to me that is the damn inconsistency here. Wait, let me space confident in your assertion. Oh, damn it. He has a damning tongue. You invited, sir. Wait, did he just read my thoughts? Okay. 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 Am I right or am I wrong? Or do I need to keep going?
Objection!
Okay. Yes, I did. No, no, no. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Okay. No, no, no. I need to just clearly continue. Okay. I just. Oh, okay. I need a second. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I am... I know this has to be it. I know this has to be it. I just need to...
Hold it!
Stop pressing the L button. It doesn't seem... I'm gonna try to see if this is...
Excuse me!
Well, Mr. Beepo? Oh, me, sir? Isn't that in relation to that statement? Well, sir, there's just one thing. I was just wondering... You come to my omnibus, sir, after the trial. What do you mean? I can't help wondering. Well, no one went to write in the curse of carries now that someone was killed in. Oh, well, everyone went to write in it. Yes, the curse of carries will be an attraction, maybe. It could be a synchronous moment for me. Oh, yes, I think it will be. You know, if we could just focus on the testimony for the time being and the fact that you can potentially be out of a job after this. Am I right, or do I have to think of something else? You know what? No, no. Let me at least here press on this.
Hold it!
Earlier you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you? Wait a minute, did he? Oh yes, that's right. How? You said that the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding a knife in an ice pick grip. I suppose. I might have, you know, yes, put the cart before the horse, maybe. What's this? Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horses when I heard a scream from the seats in the roof deck. Oh, I expected that was me, sir. When I turned around, yes, I saw this through the skylight. The gentleman was on the floor and the knife was sticking up from his midriff. That's right, yes. And the fellow holding the handle was the famous man, yes. So in short, you didn't see the moment where the victim was actually stabbed at all. I really thought that I did, but when I go over it again in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of the stabbing, did I?
Truth!
Oh! Hold up right there! What's wrong with that? Bro,
Excuse me!
what's wrong with that right now? Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay? No, you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? What? Are you asking me or telling me? Oh, he's getting flustered.
Maybe we'll try some new information from him and answer him cleverly. Could you have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed? If I go to the direct route and say there's no chance you saw the right moment, maybe he will back down, be defensive, and say yes, I did. I say, oh, you know, some days are like that. Oh, you haven't seen this part? Okay. Well, you know, welcome to new stuff then. Some days I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go here. Well, I suppose they do be like that. I swear they did a do be like that thing on chapter 2 as well. I suppose someday like that, sooner or later you'll see something you wish you hadn't. Or you're always peeping through a skylight on the top. If you're always peeping through a skylight on the top of an omnibus. Peeping? I, a responsible city banker, I'll have you know. I didn't know what I saw. I remember as clearly as a Ballarat day. It was a grim scene, and I don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me. I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw. Oh, I can do that, alright? I'll tell you just how grim it was. And here's when I'm gonna present evidence, of course. You think I forgot the sight of those blood-soaked hands after that butcher stabbed the man? Yes! You said blood-soaked hands. Blood-soaked hands. Blood-soaked hands. Bruh. Bruh. I just have one word to say to you.
Objection!
Man, that's such a weak objection, by the way. Blood-soaked hands? Well, I admit that soaked might be laying on a little bit thick. But anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covering it. Both of them? Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay. But that's more than a little peculiar. What? Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question. Oh, yes, right. And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark color stain here. But, as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right hand glove. Dude, that's how you lose your teeth. Stop that. Seriously, stop that. You know, okay, I hate that. Please, stop. In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent. But, no, that can't be right. So you're the liar here then? Stop that, please! That's right, you were quite clear about it. You said, oh, it was both hands! Also, how can that bend? Yup. Mr. Fairplay, your last statement was a lie. It calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth?
Objection!
Oh, come on! You're telling me it was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. A simple mistake. He said he saw the moment of the stabbing. He said he saw both hands covered in blood. There's a clear inconsistency there. Yes, it was on both hands, it was on one. But the fact remains, the victim's blood was on the accused. Objection! No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated he saw blood all over both hands. And I make sure I asked him, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court.
Okay, I'm just gonna adopt you, Chipmunk, because you just like to eat into your very... You know what? I'm not gonna finish the sentence. Why, I'm a city banker, for pity's sake. My word should be the gold standard. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. I'm standing members of society. Don't prevaricate. He's claiming to have no reason to lie. But is that really the case?
Mr. Naruhodo, if we have some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, he could turn the tide of this trial completely.
Right, and this is where our evidence comes into play. Alright, is there some... And yes, I indeed have evidence to show that this guy is absolutely untrustworthy. My lord! Yes, counsel? The defense is ready to present evidence. By Jove! Are you sure? Jove has no role to play in this game. Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had reason to lie in his testimony. Well, very well. I hereby call on the defense to present its evidence. The evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness's alleged deception of the court. You want to lie, you want to commit perjury, and I'm not gonna let you.
Take that!
Yes, I believe this evidence does indeed demonstrate a deception of sorts. The deception by the defense that is in any way... Wait, what? What? Deception that won't pass muster in the Minish Court of Law, my unlearned friend. Here's to the message being carved into your mind. Wait! What did I do wrong?
Mr. Naruhodo, I wonder if perhaps there are some details we'd overlook in the court record.
Okay. No, wait. What did I do wrong? Wait. Oh! I know what I did wrong. See, this is what I did. I loaded the save file. And when I loaded the save file, I erased the part where I examined this. It was my fault. Okay, so we're just gonna quickly go through this place. Okay. So we got. I was a fool. But now that we know that Bruce Fairplay would have to, now that we know that there is evidence, now that we see this, now that we have it presented and properly examined, now
Take that!
it's good stuff. This is a list of the debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused extortion. The point is, among the names of the debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay. What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused? No, well, it's barely worth of being called a debt. According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable sum of money, wouldn't you say? Well, what of it? Let's suppose, you know, just for the sake of it, Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What will become of your debt in that case? These documents state that the loan agreement is enforced between two individual parties. Therefore, the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to capital punishment. All outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist. Cease to exist? Mr. Fairplay! Is it not the case that you claimed your testimony to have been... Okay, sorry.
Is it not the case that you claim in your testimony to have seen something that you never in fact saw, in a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant? Woo! Stop it, you're going to ruin your teeth, you beefer.
Order! 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 Mr. Bruce, fair play! Just... Let me ask you again. And be aware that your answer may have the most serious implications upon your future, sir.
I swear if he goes any deeper, he's just going to deep throat that thing.
Do you or do you not see the precise moment in time at which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim?
Come on. What you gotta say to that? What you gotta say to that? Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony.
Alright, let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch.
A pinch?
But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on my killer's hands. Both of them.
He's doubling down on this. He's doubling down on this. This is actually very, very important then. If he saw blood on both of his hands, on both of the killer's hands, then, whoever's the killer must have must have stained both of his hands, or must have had two gloves that are soaked on blood. If we can find that evidence, then we can tell that, we can do the Chewbacca defense on McGilda then. If the glove don't fit.
Objection!
And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained.
So you keep saying?
Something's bothering you first. I wonder if I may be allowed to speak, sir?
Go ahead, Mr. First.
Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself, as it happens. Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the assailant's hands. I think, yes. I'm almost sure that it was on both of his hands, not just one. I'm eating tonight. I'm eating sweet, sweet evidence tonight. This is great. This is great. Because if both of them are in agreement, and if this piece of evidence, this piece of testimony can be corroborated and it cannot be overturned, then this corroborates there must have another person. Because if there's a person who has blood on both hands, but McGilda only has blood on one hand. What? What? I swear, every time he does that. Wait, how does he? He will have to go a couple steps back to hit his head on the back. Still hilarious though.
It would appear that we're going to need further testimonies from all your witnesses. This time, I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear? Yes.
Mr. Naruhodo, this is good news. The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last. Yes. Okay, I may finally have a chance to turn things around here. So we have a witness testimony. What the witnesses really saw. Please tell the flippin' truth. Okay, there was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment of the stabbing transpired, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, no. Not until I heard a scream.
Anyway, the fact remains, there can't have been anyone else in that carriage, or we all would have seen. A small and succinct testimony, and I need to find out an inconsistency between that. Well, lo and behold, in truth of fact, not one of you has witnessed to the crucial moment the crime has perpetrated. I apologize, my lord, but honestly, there was no one else inside the car, and the man's hands were covered in blood. That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to say we saw the man do it. That's really not what testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. Oh, so we're going to talk about the omnibus now. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witness's accounts. Maybe it's grape juice, you don't know. In other words, there is no substantial or significant change in the facts of the case. Very well. Your cross-examination, please, counsel. Yes, my lord. I'm gonna take a little sip of water while I get ready for the cross-examination. Okay. Let's begin. You are certainly that's the truth.
Hold it!
No, the evidence tells us otherwise. We have gloves that the defendant was wearing on the night in question in the court record. I'm well aware of that, sir, but nevertheless. A sec. What the heck happened? There we go. I'm sorry. Something happened with my cords. I know what I saw, and I stand by it. The man had blood on both of his hands. He's defiant, even in the face of hard evidence. He's desperately refusing to admit that he might have been mistaken about his son, but why? Your reasoning is dire. Huh? One hand or two, the salient point remains unchanged. Minutes after the green crime, the victim's blood dripped guilty of the accused from the accused's fingers. Okay. I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters.
Hold it!
Okay, let's see. Don't try to downplay this. Whenever or not you saw the exact moment of the crime, it's a matter of fundamental importance as well, you know. But, for crying out loud, we all know that no one else could have possibly done it. I was just trying to save us all some time. You have a loan of 20 guineas outstanding with the defendant, do you not? Had you hoped to release yourself from the financial burden by ensuring the defendant was found guilty? That's not entirely what I was hoping for. I just lost a little guinea or 10 when I backed the wrong horse in the derby, that's all. And we hit the root of the problem. You're a compulsory gambler. For shame. I was gonna win it all back. There's a fixture this weekend, that's a sure thing. Never. This is why I don't gamble, bud. A little guinea or 10. I'm a banker. No one bets an eye if I borrow a little spending money for the weekend. Please tell me you don't borrow money from the bank's vault. I think you may have revealed rather more about your character than you bargained for, sir. Yeah. No. You know, taking a little moment here, just saying, I know the horrible effects of gambling. I've seen it on people all around me. I know for a fact I will never touch a slot machine ever in my life. Yeah, gambling is awful. Don't do it. Like maybe one person in like a million gets the jackpot, wins $10 million, but how many other people lost their entire life from gambling? No. I will not gamble. Besides, gaming and anime are expensive enough hobbies. This witness's scruples are not on trial here. Proceed to the next witness. Is that really how it's supposed to work?
I remember seeing...
Okay, remember seeing the knife and remember seeing both attackers' hands with blood on them.
Hold it!
Okay, so you were also saying this. So you definitely saw that too. Blood on both hands. Yes, sir. I mean, I know what you're going to say. Only one of McGilda's gloves had any signs of blood on it.
That's right.
The thing is, as far as I remember, sir, when I looked down and saw Mr. McGilda sitting there beside the other fellow, I don't believe he was wearing any gloves, sir.
Curious. So the attacker wasn't wearing gloves.
But here's what what?
Okay, here's a curious thing. So let's say for argument's sake, McGilda wasn't wearing gloves, stabbed the victim, got blood on both his hands, and then I don't know, somehow like wiped the blood off his hands. I don't think he could have been able to entirely wipe the blood off both his hands, and then put on his gloves. Wouldn't that mean that there's blood on the inside of those gloves then? Could we investigate the inside of those gloves? Okay, let me see. I don't think I've actually investigated this properly. Oh, it's so dark, there's no way we can check those. Okay, this is definitely blood, isn't it? Dang it, I was hoping it was grape juice. Not the most pleasant sight to be confronted with in our first day in London. Well, nothing will come crumbling now. No? By the way, is Mr. McGilda right-handed? Yes, I believe so. He was toying with a coin in his right hand a little earlier. Ah, pity. If only he'd be left-handed. I think blood on either glove would be fairly incriminating, really. Okay, so there's no way to see if there is blood in here, at least not at the moment. Is there anything else that we can explore? I'm just looking around, but... Here's a curious thing, though. Blood's here, but the pocket of blood is around the foot. I'm not sure if that is like any problem, but there is a pocket of blood on the seat. Why is there no blood over here either? Huh. Well, we'll figure it out. He wasn't wearing these gloves? That's correct, sir. And I saw the blood on both his bare hands quite clearly. It's true that the dark color stain on the dark leather gloves wouldn't have been easy to see. I should point out that the police officer who apprehended the accused on the night in question reported that there was no trace of blood on Mr. McGilda's gloved hands. Hold up! Hold up. So, now the police is wrong? No blood on Mr. McGilda's... Oh, no. No trace of blood on Mr. McGilda's hands themselves, not the gloves. Okay. Okay, I got it wrong. He's right. We can move on. There wasn't blood on his hands. This is puzzling indeed. This must be significant somehow. I'm sure of it. Okay, so we're gonna hold on to that for a while. I just want to see what the rest says. Okay, so you didn't... Okay.
Hold it!
You didn't see anything? Oh, yes, sir. That is to say... No, sir, I didn't. Very sorry about what I said before, sir. Very sorry, yes. It was very wrong of me to make up stories and say that I stabbed man. I wouldn't you agree, sir?
I know what you're insinuating, but I certainly wasn't making up stories.
Still, to say you saw nothing isn't right either, isn't it? No, sir. I saw nothing at all. Mr. Beeple, you were driving your horse. At the very least, you must have enjoyed a good view of London streets, no? I'm not sure if that's the right question to ask right now, Ryu. Oh, please. You didn't even see that? I was so cold at night, you see. It was so like to keep from passing out, sir.
Okay. Full disclosure, one of my favorite parts of this game is seeing people dunk at the defense attorney.
Yes, my head was fairly frozen solid. I'm sorry to say, sir.
It would seem prudent to avoid travel on the last omnibus service of London's cold winter nights. People! Ah! Anyway, the fact remains there can't have been anyone else inside the carriage or we all would have seen. I keep going back to the gloves because there has to be something about the gloves.
Hold it!
So let me see if we can find some information from here. And everything you saw of the incident was through the skylight on the roof of the omnibus. That's right. It was fiercely cold at night, but the glass wasn't frosted over.
Yes, I remember I was shivering. It was so bitter.
Which rather begs the question of why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place. Well, I don't know about this young feller, but I couldn't enter the cabin. Oh, why not? I was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door. It was locked? That's right. It's a public civil service, for pity's sake, not what I call fair play.
Yes, I had exactly the same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb up the roof deck and look down longingly to the warm cabin below.
Well, I can assure you I wasn't just looking down, I was glaring long and hard. That's precisely what I can tell you with absolute confidence. That if there was anyone else in the cabin, I would have noticed. This is not good for us, is it? In a cubicle, I would say. I'm not sure about those two witnesses. Could they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? Oh, good. Thank goodness, because I was thinking maybe I needed some evidence, but I just needed this. Honestly, that's what I was thinking. Maybe not. Maybe they might not have seen this. You know, I was going back and thinking, if there was a third person, how could McGilda didn't notice it? But then remember on the last chapter, McGilda said he was like out. He was out, asleep. So I'm thinking, somebody must have hit. So I'm just having it in my head. Let me go to the court record. It's a very simple case, but we have to get to that point to figure out, to show this is how it happened. So, what do you think is this? McGilda was here, sleeping. The other one was here, maybe sleeping. The third person was hiding here. That's why when those two tried to get inside, they couldn't see another person. When McGilda told them, it's locked, go find some other place. So then these two fell asleep. Third person is in here, opens this up, sees both of them are probably sleeping. Or maybe this guy is not sleeping, so it's just an instant attack. Just jumps in, stabs him, comes back in. So now McGilda is woken up by probably the guys on top screaming, and tries to help this guy not bleed to death. And you know, the rest is history. That's my logic, but we need to get to the point of saying that there is indeed a fifth person. So, allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding in this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight in the floor on the upper deck. Is that right? That's right, yes. In that case, There's a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight for you. What?
By golly, really?
Obviously, at this stage, we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied that at the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus.
Objection!
Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. Come on. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh. If that thing is made of flesh, I do not want to ride on it. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. Will you identify the area on this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus? Alright. Where exactly did the omnibus you're suggesting that the potential extra passenger could have been situated? Okay, so I'm gonna assume the guys were sitting over here, both of them. If they were looking down, they could have a clear look at this area here. Anything from here to here, all of this. Meaning nothing, they could not see this. And the only way you could see this area in any way, shape or form is if you were like standing like on top of this and looking at all of this. Also, if you were sitting here and somehow looked back and looked down, but then if you were sitting here, you would be able to see this, but not this area. Therefore, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna put it cross because it's either up here or down here, according to my logic. So, so this area.
Take that!
Both rows of seats were in the roof faced the direction of travel, whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other. Which means, yeah, exactly what I was saying. The visible part of the cabin which passengers in the roof deck can see through the skylight is as I've drawn here. Oh! That's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat opposite to the one in which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that the witnesses would have been completely unaware of it. Ugh.
Objection!
We still have a couple of hurdles to go through to make this argument solid. It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. You Nipponese have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity. I don't care for your language, sir. I concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude. A name? A name? Who? Okay, we got first. We got Fair Play, Peepo, Mason, definitely not Six, McGilded. No, I have nobody. Can you Mr. Netherhudder? Honestly, I don't know. Who could it have been? Oh my gosh. Think. I'm usually not good at this stuff. Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses on the roof deck? Oh my gosh. Do I have it and I don't know yet? Do I have the possibility? I'm gonna look. Is there any possibility that we could see it from... I know. It was Phoenix Wright! Why is Phoenix Wright's name here? I mean, other than an Easter egg. Okay, there doesn't seem to be a trap there on the bottom, so there's no way they could have come from the bottom and climbed up. London Fifth Avenue. Okay, I'm just gonna say there's nothing. said yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know. Okay. Is there anybody? Anybody from the group of people that I know? I know it's an Easter egg. I know it's an Easter egg, but oh my gosh. I just thought it was interesting. Can I honestly say I have an inkling when I have absolutely no idea who else could it be? Question is, I don't have a name. I didn't even have a face. I don't even know if it's a man or woman or anything else. Oh my gosh. I think I have to say no. I have no clue. I have literally no idea. Me neither. But as a proud citizen of the Japanese Empire, you will look into the sky and walk on, making sure all signs of tears are gone. Go on. This isn't just a case of going on, Mr. Sato. It seems you know. And I'm glad that you're shutting up, but it's like, alright then, I'll go on. But, you know, I'll figure it out. Give me a minute, I'll figure it out. Okay, so I need to put forward a name. The defense would like to put forward a name. You are a fool. The response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. A toast to hard lessons not yet learned. Let us not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger in the other seat. Is there anything else I can... Anything else I can glean from here? I mean... Okay. So where's Mr. Shom's name, though? Okay, we can't glean any new information from this. Mason... Wait. M, right? M. It's Mikotaba, of course! Okay, so which characters have an M? Mason, Six, Gilded. No. No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Please don't tell me. It's the only other character with an M here. No. You have got to be kidding me if this is true. You know what? It actually would make sense. It actually makes sense for various reasons. Like, why is Ben 6 suddenly taking this case 5 years after he decided, I'm no longer taking cases? How can, how is it that suddenly Magnus McGilded cannot even pay anyone, even the most scummy lawyer, to defend him? He can't. He had to rely on us. And the thing is, the only other people with an M, that's Mikotaba and Mason, are nowhere near affluent enough to be able to have... Sorry. I keep pressing the wrong button. To have something like this. So... I'm going... This can't be for real. Okay. This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn the trial in my favor. Also, sorry, on that night, the night of the murder. Also, one more thing. Every single person that we've talked to, well, not every single person, but almost every single person, especially in the law area, that Ryonosuke has talked to, ever since he's come to London, has really put him down because he's Japanese, with the exception of one person, and that is the Chief Justice, Mal. Is his name Mal? I'm sorry. Is his name Mal? Male. Male Strongheart. Male? So... Maelstrom? Oh, Maelstrom. Okay. And I think maybe this is the reason. Because he wasn't doing it. He wasn't putting us down with his words. He was putting us down with his actions. Saying, dude, I killed a man. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do about it? I don't trust you can do this. I don't trust that you can make this guy not guilty. Of course, I'm talking entirely out of my butt. Maybe I am completely 100% wrong. So, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was... Oh boy. Oh boy, am I right or am I wrong? I don't know. But you know what? Hold my hand. Hold my hand, because this could be... this could be really, really interesting. If it is true. Okay. I have my eyes closed.
Take that!
Yes. Concealing the blind spot of the cabin at night was noted that this unexpected passenger. Whatever so-called logic you used to arrive at that conclusion, it matters not. Because your answer made one thing abundantly clear. The real blind spot is inside your head. And it would be an illusion. Okay, so it's not. Our task here is to defend Mr. McKilded. And we are working to the assumption that he's innocent of his crime. Yes, of course. Did I click the wrong thing? I'm sorry, did I click the wrong... I did close my eyes. So is it not him then? That's right, exactly what I've been... Oh! Of course, so the two people sitting inside the cabin that the witnesses saw through the skylight at that night, they were the victim and the real culprit. Hold up! It does seem as though we've all been making a false assumption. The witnesses weren't looking at Mr. McGillard at all! Hold up! Meaning he has been sitting somewhere else. Oh my gosh! Are you serious right now? Okay, yes, the game basically handed it out for me, but it's like... Okay. Okay, say scum. I don't care, say scum. Basically the game just gave it out for me, but it's like... Are you serious? Okay. So, and it's really weird because you can see that the question is, who was the person occupying this seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view? So basically, we are running under the assumption that McGilded was sitting beside Mason, when in reality, McGilded could have been sitting on the other side all along.
Take that!
The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. Magnus McGilded. But... McGilded? What are you talking about, counsel? That's the name of the defendant!
Objection!
Oh my god! Oh, I don't know! Give me a second! Give me a second! Oh my god! Okay. Why is that so funny? Why did that make me laugh so much? Truly, was that a Symphony of the Night reference? Because I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know why that made me laugh so much. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't know why. That caught me entirely 100% off guard. I don't know why that made me laugh. Oh, I'm tired from work. I'm probably like short. I probably haven't slept all that well either. I don't know. I'm probably loopy and all that stuff. But okay, whatever. Let's continue. Okay. If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hallowed chalice, do forgive the courtesy. Lord Van Six. Lord Van Six. People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture of their own. But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say? Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. I can't wait to wipe that smug smile off your face because you are absolutely being idiotic. You're being absolutely idiotic with that. With that xenophobic talk. When the body scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It's the very premise of which this case is built.
Objection!
And that's why this premise is going to fall. But the premise may be wrong. What? If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way. What inconsistency, counsel? The defendant's gloves, my lord. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Objection!
Yet, we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
Objection!
Yeah, but the point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance. Yes, the testimony remains unchanged. Exactly. They both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night, a third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on that passenger's hands, both of them.
Objection!
And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit. Okay, we're not quite there, jumping that hurdle, but we are closer to it. Extraordinary! The jurors have not been a part of this just yet, so I'm worried. Order! 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 What exactly are you postulating?
Objection!
The defense's postulation is just that, nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused.
Objection!
But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats and couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yes. The tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though. Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir. Huh, wait.
Is first a header? Apprentice milliner who witnesses... Maybe. Maybe, I don't know what a milliner is. Maybe that's a type of hatter.
And what particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First?
I'm afraid I don't remember. And you call yourself a hatter?
The style of the hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin.
You know what? I'm gonna say it does. How can you be so sure?
Because if there had been, the accused, Mr. McGilda, would undoubtedly have offered to depose the fact.
Would the fact that McGilda was asleep, can we use that as a defense?
Unless, that is, if you are proposing that even a more preposterous explanation. That the accused failed to even notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabin in which she traveled.
Ah! Unfortunately, that might be the truth. He's right. If there was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus, it's inconceivable that McGilda would have been unaware of it.
Order! There is clearly a simple solution to this problem. Bring the accused, Mr. McGilda, to the stand. Well, what say you, counsel? The prosecution objects, my lord.
On what grounds? That's an
As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police.
But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely? Yeah.
Magnus McGilda is not an educated ruffian.
Wow, was that another dig at me? You idiot.
If it indeed turns out the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been a most deliberate act. Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion?
My lord, should we ask Mr. McGill to testify or not? I'm gonna say this, I think we need to hear him. I think we need to hear McGilded. There might be something that we can glean from him. If not, then I made a big mistake, but you know. Alright, yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilda to the stand.
In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury. Oh, yes, I'll let you get time for consider this.
If you ask me, I think we should hear what McGilda has to say.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets?
Right now, it's just secrets after secrets, wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a confusion, wrapped in a contradiction, wrapped in a murder. Get the man out here, I say! It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony.
Something needs to do and get it done.
That's how I run things at the guild. Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say? Oh yes, that would be lovely.
Well, she changed that tune already. 5-1. Yes, the jury says the man must be heard.
And there you go, 6-0. Let's hear the man.
Very well, the court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once.
Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. Okay. Full disclosure. It is 16 minutes past the time I usually stop streaming, and this is getting exceedingly interesting. And okay, I think this is a good stopping point though, because this case is going on forever. If it turns out that there is a stopping point like 15 minutes after this, it would be very, very... I know. Do you know what? Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. How's... Okay, I'm just thinking. I know it's getting a lot. I'm just thinking about stuff. Okay. I could do. No. You know what? Let's hear this man's testimony. The public demands it, and I want to know. I mean, I do have a hard stop. Like, I can't go past, and my hard stop is 45 minutes from now. Well, actually, 40 minutes from now. I have a hard stop because I have to prepare for tomorrow. But other than that, we can keep going for 40 more minutes. Let's do this. So, Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse of the day? Oh, I need to, guys. To be sure I have, my lad. There are now two matters of which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you on the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal the fact from the police? Come on, do not let me down, dude. I gotta know. It's not in my nature to hide anything loud. Just answer the questions, please. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do not tell us. Okay, sorry. Do I tell you all or keep me mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. McGilded. The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage in the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger. It's true. Aye. And it was me who helped the little ocean get away after it all happened. Wait, what? You what? I'm done. Are you insane? Are you certifiably insane? This is the person that killed that guy, and you're telling me right now? Oh my gosh, I'm actually pacing up and down this room. What the hell is wrong with you? What the actual hell is wrong with you? Okay. No, Magnus McGilded. That convenient excuse can't save you now. I'm truly sorry, so I am, Lord Van Six. I'm sure that we wanted to know why I said nothing when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was? Wait a minute, everybody wants to know. Well, the little child was just in the wrong place in the wrong time, and not in any way involved, you see. What? What? If the police had known the real one was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into this here courtroom just like myself. And I just tried to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. And who was this young child of whom you speak? That, I don't know. You don't know? Aye, well, the weird thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw it before or since.
Objection!
Oh my gosh. We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness's statements to be disregarded by the court.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the arson is in here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings.
What? What was that?
Oh, wait! What? What's going on? No, wait, Game! No! What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Netherhutter. Cover your face.
Believe, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus.
I hear they call an emergency races.
Oh my god, didn't I just say just a couple minutes ago, what if there's a break?
Believe, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom.
What the hell? We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff, amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in the desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening, and all we knew was that for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. Oh my freaking gosh! What the actual hell just happened? It's like, yes, there was a fifth person, but he was a kid. And Matilda helped her escape because apparently she had nothing to do with this. It's like, but then this happens. It's like, ah! Oh, come on! Oh. Okay. So, okay, I'm glad we went a little bit further. I'm glad I went a little bit further, because, oh my gosh, now I just want to play more. But I know that if I play more, I'm just going to keep going till like 10 in the evening. And I seriously cannot do that. I cannot do that. Ah, okay. Okay. Tomorrow, I will maybe stream something different. And I know this is not a good time to stop. This is not a good time to like stop and say, hey, stream something entirely different. But I know. Saturday, we're coming back to this because holy crap, I cannot wait. I have to know what's going on. But tomorrow is a different day. Tomorrow is a bit of a personal day. I was thinking of actually not streaming tomorrow, I mean, because it's kind of a very personal day. But I might just stream for like 30 minutes or something like that. Just chill, doing something entirely 100 different. Yeah. I will. Okay, it's very personal, and maybe I will not. Maybe I'll go into detail of why it is, or maybe not. But I just want to, chill. I just want to chill tomorrow. I don't want to do some serious, like thinking or some serious playing. Nothing serious, nothing big. Just chill. But Saturday, I promise Saturday, we'll come back to this. Because I have to. I have to know what the truth. I am so invested into this. Much more than I was in the previous case. And the previous case was very personal for Ryunosuke. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it now. So, thank you. Thank you, Deathdude, for sticking around with me for the entirety of this. I can't believe it. Like, seriously, thank you. And of course, thank you, everyone who watches this in the VOD or who decides to catch me live. My name is Nick Cobra. Thank you so much. Please, stay safe, be kind to one another, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.